Once upon a time, in a lush green forest where the trees touched the sky and the river sang softly through the valleys, there lived a clever fox named Felix and a crow named Kara. Felix was known for his wit and cunning nature, while Kara was known for her pride. She often boasted about her beautiful black feathers and sharp beak. One bright morning, the golden rays of the sun poured through the trees, glimmering over the dew-kissed grass. Kara perched high on a mango tree, gazing at her reflection in a small pond below. "Ah, look at me!" she croaked proudly. "No one in this forest has feathers as shiny as mine." Just then, her sharp eyes spotted something delightful, a piece of cheese lying near a cottage at the edge of the forest. Her beak watered at the sight of it. "Oh, what luck!" she exclaimed. "This delicious cheese shall be my breakfast today." She swooped down swiftly, grabbed the cheese in her beak and flew back toward the forest. But as fate would have it, Felix the fox was wandering nearby, looking for his morning meal. When he saw Kara flying with a piece of cheese, his eyes gleamed with mischief. "Ah, that looks tasty," Felix thought, licking his lips. "But how do I get it from her?" He followed Kara quietly, watching as she perched proudly on a high branch to enjoy her cheese. "This is going to be a fine feast," she thought, her chest swelling with pride. Felix walked up to the base of the tree and called out politely, "Good morning, Lady Crow." Kara looked down and saw the fox smiling up at her. "Oh, it's you, Felix," she replied, with her beak still holding the cheese. "What do you want?" Felix bowed deeply. "Oh, nothing at all, my dear. I just couldn't help but admire your beauty. How glossy your feathers are, how bright your eyes. Why, I've never seen such grace in any bird before." Kara's chest puffed up even more. She was flattered. No one had ever complimented her like that before. Felix continued, "In fact, I've heard that your voice is just as beautiful as your feathers. But alas, I've never heard you sing. Would you be kind enough to bless me with a song?" Kara's eyes sparkled with pride. She thought, "Finally, someone who recognizes my talent." She wanted to sing immediately, but then she remembered the cheese in her beak. "If I open my beak, I'll drop my cheese," she thought. "But oh, how can I resist showing off my melodious voice?" Felix, noticing her hesitation, decided to push further. He sighed dramatically. "Ah, perhaps the rumors are false," he said sadly. "Maybe your voice isn't as sweet as they say." Kara's feathers ruffled. "What? How dare he doubt my voice?" she thought angrily. Without another thought, Kara opened her beak wide and croaked as loudly as she could. "Caw! Caw!" The moment she did, the piece of cheese slipped from her beak and fell straight down. Quick as lightning, Felix caught it in his mouth. "Thank you, Lady Crow," he said with a sly grin. "Your song was truly unforgettable." Kara's eyes widened in shock. "Oh no, my cheese!" she cried, but it was too late. Felix was already trotting away, laughing happily with the cheese in his mouth. Kara sat there in silence, her pride shattered. "How foolish I've been," she muttered sadly. "My vanity cost me my breakfast." Just then, an old owl who had been watching from a nearby branch hooted softly. "Remember this, young crow," said the owl. "Flattery is the weapon of the cunning. Never let pride cloud your wisdom." Kara bowed her head in shame. "You're right, wise owl," she said. "I let my pride blind me, but I promise I'll never fall for sweet words again." The owl nodded approvingly. "Every mistake is a lesson, Kara. Learn from it." From that day on, Kara became a wiser bird. Whenever any creature tried to flatter her, she would smile and fly away silently. She no longer boasted about her feathers or her voice. Instead, she became humble and cautious. Meanwhile, Felix continued his tricks across the forest. But his cleverness soon became well known, and animals started avoiding him. No one trusted his kind words anymore. Whenever he approached, they'd whisper, "Beware of Felix the fox, for his tongue is sharper than his teeth." One afternoon, Felix found himself hungry again. he sighed. It's getting harder to fool anyone these days. As he wandered near a stream, he saw Kara sitting on a branch, eating a piece of bread. He grinned slyly. Well, well, he murmured. Looks like I've found my next meal. He walked up to the tree and called, Good afternoon, Lady Crow. How wonderful to see you again. I was just telling everyone how heavenly your song was the other day. Would you sing for me again? Kara looked down and smiled calmly. Oh, Felix, I remember you. But you see, I've learned something important since our last meeting. Felix tilted his head. And what is that? Kara replied, Not every admirer speaks the truth. Some only speak to serve themselves. Felix's smile faded. Before he could say another word, Kara flew to a higher branch, finishing her bread safely out of his reach. Felix sighed and muttered, Looks like my tricks don't work on her anymore. From that day on, Felix realized that cleverness could help you once, but honesty and kindness earned you friends forever. He eventually gave up his deceitful ways and became known for his helpfulness instead. As for Kara, she shared her story with other birds, teaching them never to fall for empty praise. Soon, all the young birds in the forest learned from her mistake. Moral of the story: beware of flattery. Pride makes even the wisest fall. Every word of praise is not always sincere. Stay humble, stay wise, and don't let flattery fool you. If you enjoyed this story, like, share, and subscribe to Grow with Tales for more inspiring moral stories.